My name's Wilmian, and I did Cirrus Evaticus, which are also known as contrails. So, contrails are formed by jet airplanes, and they're due to the temperature and like pressure changes caused by the jet airplane flying, and these happen often they happen in super saturated air, so that's like over 100% humidity, so it has to be like really moist air. The contrails depend on the engines of the plane. So some engines, like older ones, don't even produce any contrails at all, just because of how they're made. But the way that these form is that the water vapor coming out of the airplanes is warm, and it mixes with the cool like surrounding air, and this like freezes and like forms like ice crystals in the air and produces the contrail line. So this occurs at about like 16,000 feet or more above like the Earth's surface, and at that height, it's like it needs to be like negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit for this to happen, so it has to be really cold. And also, it can only form, as I said earlier, in the wet air, so it has to be really humid. In dry air, it doesn't form at all, so it has to be over 100% humidity for this to occur. And so the length of time that contrail is able to stay like present in the atmosphere, it depends on the humidity. So if it's really humid, it'll stay longer than if it's not. If it's just like barely over 100% humidity, but the more humid it is, the longer it'll stay. And these can stay for either just like a few seconds and be really short, or they can last for like really long time, like an hour, like hours or anything. And sometimes when they last longer, they can grow and like spread out and kind of move around just like any other cloud with the wind. And so as you can see here, there's a gap in between the actual plane and where the contrail actually starts forming, like where you can see it. And so this is caused by some different factors. So the speed that the plane is going, the power of the engine, and the surrounding air. So to form like a shorter contrail, the plane would be going slower. The engine would be releasing less water vapor, and it would be cooler water vapor, and the surrounding air would also be cooler, so it can just form more quickly and create ice particles more quickly. And for a longer contrail like gap, it would just be the opposite, so it would be faster and warmer air. And my name is Wilmian, and that was Contrails.